The movie opens with news reports about the Saharan flu, a deadly virus with a 100% fatality rate that has wiped out nearly 3 billion people. As humanity faces rapid decline, the U.S. government devises a plan to save the remaining population. The government plans to build 500,000 bunkers, with a lottery deciding who lives in them. Each will house one person until the flu subsides. The interiors will be stocked with 70 years of supplies for survivors. The bathroom features a 24-hour water supply, recycled to generate electricity. Inhabitants must exercise regularly and drink a protein shake called saliva from a tap. The bunker simulates weather, displaying a sunny environment during the day and turning completely dark at night. This system helps inhabitants manage their sleep patterns. Years later, a group of 7 people named after their cities chats via video conference. Orlando argues the world will never return to normal, trapping them for life. Boston and the others try to calm him, but he reveals his dark past of killing 15 people and receiving a life sentence. Atlanta, a deeply religious woman, becomes angry and confronts him about the murders. The unhinged killer responds that the murders brought him pleasure, horrifying the group, who now want to get rid of Orlando. Fortunately, Denver, a skilled hacker in the group, suggests he can potentially disable Orlando's transmission. However, there's a catch. Denver warns that if he disables Orlando's transmission, it can't be restored. This would leave Orlando isolated for life, which could fuel his desire to kill again. Faced with this tough decision, the group agrees to put the matter to a vote. Boston, Atlanta, and Chicago vote to cut off Orlando's transmission, while Phoenix and Houston argue against it. Before Denver can decide, Orlando demands to be cut off, saying he's tired of seeing their boring faces. Denver hacks the system, permanently making Orlando disappear. Later, a restless Phoenix talks to Denver about the incident, feeling guilty. He reassures her it was the right choice, and it's revealed they're in a relationship. The movie then fast-forwards 8 months. Despite losing a member, the group has adapted well. However, an anomaly in the system causes Houston's weather lights to flicker, preventing him from sleeping for days. During their meeting, Atlanta monitors health, while Denver updates everyone on the outside world. The bunker's extra computers show statistics, including the number of people left in the world and the heartbeats of the group. While everyone works, Chicago, the least productive, voices his despair, saying it's futile since they'll never see the outside world again. Boston tries to scold Chicago, but he presses a button that brings up the bunker's manual on everyone's screens, forcing them to watch an unskippable video. Nadine explains the amenities and reveals the bunker is 30 feet below the surface and that all 500,000 people are divided into groups to help each other survive until the virus is eradicated, concluding the video with a message of hope for humanity. A few days later, during a conference, the group's data computers suddenly shut down. Boston thinks it's a temporary glitch, but the others worry their bunker may be failing. Oddly, all 6 bunkers, thousands of miles apart, are affected. Later, Phoenix privately calls Denver, suggesting the system might have been compromised by a loophole. It started when they hacked the system to shut down Orlando's video transmission. Phoenix urges Denver to hack in again to restore Orlando, thinking it might recover their data computers. However, Denver explains that reinstating the transmission is impossible. Phoenix becomes angry and begins to share her life story, losing her father at a young age, leaving her mother to raise her. As she grew up, she fell into drug use and frequently ran away from home. One day, after not finding her stash in her room, she suspected that her mother had taken it. In a fit of rage, Phoenix stabbed her mother to death and was imprisoned in a maximum security facility until the virus outbreak allowed her to win a spot in the bunker. Moved by her story, Denver promises to restore Orlando's transmission and eventually succeeds. When they access Orlando's feed, he's nowhere to be found. Denver and Phoenix show the feed to the group, prompting Boston to angrily scold them for acting without consulting anyone, especially criticizing Denver for hacking the system again. Later, Phoenix calls Denver, asking if he can retrieve some of Orlando's personal videos for clues about his whereabouts. Denver agrees and puts his hacking skills to the test, eventually downloading several videos. The couple watches the videos one by one, most showing Orlando working out shirtless. However, in the last clip, the video suddenly cuts to his screams. When the feed resumes, he has vanished, leaving the impression that someone or something has taken him away. Next morning, the group reflects different opinions on the strange. Boston believes they're safe in the bunker and is overthinking, while Phoenix insists they need to escape before it's too late, with Houston losing his sanity due to the malfunctioning weather lights. Having not slept in over a week, Houston supports Phoenix's escape plan. However, Boston insists they wait for conclusive proof. That night, Houston, now deranged, bangs his head against the wall despite everyone's pleas for him to stop. Suddenly, Houston's video transmission is interrupted by the sound of someone barging into his bunker. When the video resumes, Houston has vanished just like Orlando, shocking the group and convincing them that something is amiss. As the day begins, Phoenix takes charge, instructing everyone to search their bunkers for anything that might help them escape. Except for the lazy Chicago, everyone agrees to search their bunkers. Atlanta, the religious woman, is the first to make a discovery. She breaks open a pipe that regulates the protein supply in her bunker, while the rest of the group watches closely. Peering through the pipe, Atlanta notices a vacuum space on the other side. Everyone is puzzled since the bunker is supposed to be buried 30 feet below the surface. Before they can question it, Atlanta's transmission is abruptly cut and someone forcefully takes her away. The remaining group is devastated, realizing that anyone could be taken at any moment. Feeling hopeless, Chicago slowly approaches the main door and commits the unthinkable, leaving everyone in shock. With only 3 members left, Boston and Phoenix have resigned to their fate, but Denver refuses to give up. He starts hacking into the system using his skills and eventually makes a breakthrough. He calls his distraught friends for a conference, revealing that he has successfully hacked into other survivors' bunkers. Phoenix and Boston are initially skeptical, but after seeing a live feed of other survivors, they're stunned. Denver reveals he found only 1,000 bunkers instead of 500,000, prompting Phoenix to suggest one last escape attempt. Boston thinks escaping the bunker is nearly impossible, but Phoenix suggests cutting the wires inside to open the door. The boys find it risky, but Phoenix's determination convinces them to agree. Before they begin, Denver promises to walk across the country if they succeed. If cutting the wires is their only option, they go for it. When they succeed, an alarm sounds and the door swings open. Phoenix steps out first, surprised to find herself in a normal-looking apartment with a large hallway, not the bunker she imagined. The reality is different from what Phoenix expected. Before she can fully process it, Denver steps out from the next door, revealing they've been living in the same building for 6 years. They embrace in joy and confusion, and soon Boston joins them. The 3 then explore the strange apartment, making their way to the terrace. After 6 long years, they finally feel the sunlight. Phoenix climbs a staircase for a better city view and is surprised to see everything bustling, like people walking and also heavy traffic. When she returns to her friends, she notices they seem to be hiding from someone. 2 men who look like policemen are searching for the trio, leaving no escape from the terrace. Boston decides to create a diversion for his friends to flee. The plan works, and Phoenix and Denver head down the stairs to an office. Suddenly, Nadine, the bunker's creator, appears with a gun and threatens Denver to back off. Nadine warns Phoenix to keep away from Denver, calling him dangerous. Confused, Phoenix asks for an explanation, and Nadine reveals the truth. The bunkers are specialized prisons, and everyone inside is a prisoner. Criminals like Phoenix were never released but transferred to the bunkers. Nadine aimed to give them hope and a new purpose in life. Nadine reveals the Saharan flu was a fabrication for the prisoners. Denver's speculation is confirmed when she states only 1,000 are held in the bunkers. She explains that Orlando's leaked video sparked public outrage, leading to the expulsion of prisoners. The public believed prisoners had too much freedom and luxury, prompting the government to shut down the project. They are pulling everyone out to modify the bunkers, reducing freedom and making life uncomfortable. The revelation shocks Phoenix, but she still wonders why Denver was incarcerated. Nadine reveals he stalked and murdered 15 women, devastating Phoenix as she realizes Denver had been pretending to love her. However, Denver had never thought he would be getting out of prison. The twist leaves Phoenix stunned. Soon, the police arrive and knock them out. In the end, Phoenix and Denver find themselves in the hallway with the group. Orlando tries to escape but is shot, and the survivors are sent back to their grim, revamped bunkers. Thanks for joining us.